for Inglorious, so I'm gonna have to go back and check that out now.
They're a great band. It's actually Nathan, the singer. He was singing with Uli John Roth for a bit.
Cool.
So that's how that all came together. Like you all met through that.
Yeah, that's probably how I wound up with the press kit then, is because the same contacts there.
Yeah.
But is there any plans to bring the solo band to the United States?
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, there's talk of us becoming, really like marketing the band maybe in a different way, maybe doing it as a band, a band name and all of this kind of stuff. So, it might be that I do solo stuff in a different kind of way, then I'm more input from different guys doing a band thing and all of that. I'm kind of open to anything, but I'd love to definitely come over to the States again, do my own stuff.
Right. Now, are you still, playing with Uli, or?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I mean, more when he's just in the UK nowadays, but I still play with him, still hang out and chat and all of that.
Yeah, because...
still together and everything like that, so...
I seen, he was going to do a tour over here, and I didn't know if you were part of that or not, so that's why I asked.
I mean, nowadays I'm kind of doing my own... I'm trying to focus on my own stuff, rather than kind of jumping on with others at the minute, So
with the status, level you're at playing, I mean, with all of these famous and legendary guitar players, basically... Was it easy to find band members to put your solo thing together? And
I mean, bands like that are such a great catalyst for meeting great musicians. Like my drummer again, he was playing in Uli's band, and he's just amazing, absolutely incredible. But one of the best drummers I played with, and again, it was quite easy. Just because you're meeting all the right people, you don't meet anyone that's kind of like. Below a certain level, I guess. Sounds quite snobby saying it that way, but you know what I mean. Like,
right?
When you're surrounded by great guys, you meet great guys through other people.
Yeah, at least you got a good standpoint on things. Basically, you look at more of the positive, where
yeah.
In a very negative industry, so it's hard to remain that positive. So that's good.
Absolutely, man.
But the band, from the pictures I've seen, I mean, they seem to be around your age. Is that the case?
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, my guys are the band are Will Gannon, the bass player. He's my age, 90. And got a guy Rich Kirk, who's quite new.
Does Uli usually have younger players? Does it make him feel younger? I mean, he's been around a long time.
No, I mean, to be fair, he kind of has a mix. So I don't know. I think it's a mix of like reality and trying to feel younger, I guess. In the band.
No, I know. I'm just busted chops. I'm starting to lose my voice already. But how many solo tracks have you recorded?
Well, I've recorded my first EP, which is the one with "Lost Me" on it. So that's a 5-track EP. And I've got the Live, which is a new single we've got, and I've just recorded a 4-track EP. So we've just got that stuff at the minute. I mean, we have loads more that we have in the set, but
right, you're breaking up on me just a little bit again. Now, if you can hear me good, do the other band members write with you, or is this something you generally just take a hold of and control, from start to finish?
Yeah, I mean, well, I wouldn't say controlling, but I've always kind of wrote best with myself, So all the stuff that's been recorded so far has been my own writing. But recently, me and my drummer have actually started writing together, and the new album, I think, will be all, written, co-written between us two.
Cool.
So, and as a band as well, So it's exciting times for me, man, because it's finding someone that you can be creative with.
Right. Yeah, that's the hardest part.
It's hard to find. So yeah, man.
Do you have a record deal for the solo project, or
Not as of yet. I mean, we're looking for one, but we we've got some close ties with studios and everything like that. So, but with a record deal, we're kind of looking out for that. So if anyone's listening, and they want to give us a record deal,
Yeah, I hear you, because it seems like you're in where you need to be, and that's gonna come once everything pans out for you. It sounds like that's the road it's gonna head down anyway. I mean,
I hope so.
I mean, playing with legendary guitar players doesn't happen every day of the week. So,
well, yeah, I guess so.
So there's got to be something to it. I mean, and plus, I mean, as I started to learn about you, I realized, that you do have a great following, and people definitely love the music. So for someone not to sign it would be absurd. But
yeah. Well, I hope so. But yeah, man, I think it's hard. It's hard nowadays. Like there's so much out there with where you can get entertainment from nowadays. You can get it all just like that on YouTube. It's instant,
Right.
So it's hard for bands and live music to keep that. So record companies have that in their mind. So they kind of want a already done product with already with an audience, already with everything there. So
right.
you know what I'm saying. So it's like it's a hard one for bands to get attention. A lot of the time.
That's why I always tell a lot of the guys who, come on the show and, they know I've been in music. I haven't had I didn't have the greatest career out there, but they ask advice. They say, keep track of everything. Keep track of the sales. Keep track of where it's going.
Absolutely.
Because you have a finished product. You might have paid $500 for it. But you know where your demographic is. I mean, look at Creed. I mean, they spent $500 on their first CD, and look at how many copies it sold because it was a finished product.
Exactly. I mean, look at Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath. That was what did they paid like £10 or something for that,
right,
for the recording of that, and it went absolutely massive. It sold millions of copies. It's the same thing, because they kept it and it was a finished product and all of that.
Right.
Like you're saying, so. Yeah, very true, man. It's very true.
That's basically what you have to, do these days, and it's always been the case to some extent.
Yeah,
but I don't know if you're familiar with the American band White Trash. They had a song called Apple Pie back in the '80s, and
yeah, I think I've heard them.
Yeah, they've been on my show too, but they did a demo for one of their songs, and they filmed the video. But when it came time to record, they had a $250,000 version of the song they recorded, but they used a demo in the video, which was one of the most famous videos they had on MTV. Wow. So it's just weird that,
Yeah, definitely, man.
They took a demo over the $250,000 recording.
Yeah,
so
it's mad. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's what? I learned something from him being on the show because I've listened to it 1,000 times and watched the video 1,000 times and never realized they were two different versions. And right after the show, I'm looking this up, and definitely, I was like, holy shit, I can't believe it. It was just, it was a great revelation. But it's always. Has he ever told the story? I don't know how many people knew that, but it was a great revelation for me in the show.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, how's the sound difference on it? Is it quite obvious, or
quality wise? No, not at all. Really? It's just the way.
Great, I mean, you can sometimes find that usually if the song's strong enough, and if it's all there, a lot of the other stuff doesn't really matter.
Right.
A lot of the time, obviously, if you've got better recording equipment and mics and stuff, you're gonna hear something. But I mean, at the end of the day, if it's there, it's there.
Right.
I mean, you can't. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It was just more of the way they produced it, I guess, and played it. And I was like, wow, it is different, but it was definitely cool to.
Yeah, it's really cool stuff. I love stuff like that, man.
Yeah, it was, and I was so blown away. I'm still talking about it. He was on the show last year. It's like,
brilliant.
But, so, are you working with anybody else as far as recording wise, or in the studio, or are you just focusing on the solo stuff?
focusing on the solo stuff, like I say, really. I mean, you know, I'm always working with different guys, really. You know, whoever I can, really, because I like getting different perspectives on stuff. But you know, I mean, where we are, the studio, it's called Park Studios. It's in Birmingham. It's quite an open kind of studio, I guess. Like, you know, people will be walking in and out of there, like great musicians, you know, and you know, like you'll always be jamming with someone, bouncing off ideas off someone, you know, some amazing players, you know, and yeah, I mean, to be honest, so I'll be working with anyone that I kind of can. To be honest, man. I mean, no, not really any notable names, I guess, but like just great players and everything like that, man.
Right, I got you.
But it's always good, you know.
Now, being so young, I mean, your parents had to put a lot of support behind you. I mean, were they afraid when you're a 16-year-old kid letting you go out on tour, and especially going over to the United States, or did one of them accompany you?
No, I mean, I went over on my own, but like, I mean, they're supportive of it, you know. So I mean, that was the kind of, you know, that was the main thing. I mean, you know, I mean, because I was with guys that were a lot older than me, I guess I wasn't that worried, you know.
Right.
You know, because I mean, like, say if I was with guys that were all 16 and we were all just going in a van, it probably would have been a bit different, you know. But,
oh, no doubt. But then again, you know, you're with, you know,
pros, you know.
Right, and you're going to be in a party atmosphere. I don't know how, you know, that's a little scary there, but you seem like, you know, you got a good head on your shoulders and can make pretty good decisions. I mean, it's not every day that someone so young is out on the road doing, you know, what they do, so.
Yeah, I guess, man, you know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's good to be supported, you know, it's very important. For, you know, parents to support kids when they've got a passion, you know, and you know, I'm thankful that my parents were supportive of it and are, you know, so
yeah, it's good when your passion's music and not smoking crack. So, but
I mean, yeah, I'm dabbling a bit of that as well.
But yeah, so I mean, are there any plans for more videos? I know you have some stuff out there, and
yeah, man. I mean, probably the stuff on the new EP, we're probably going to do some more videos for. I mean, we just released one recently for the new single, "The Lie," which was just kind of a one-off single.
Right.
So that's you can see that on YouTube and everything like that. But yeah, we're you know, we're getting this tour with Inglorious. We're doing that, so there might be some footage of that on there. Doing a video for something like, I don't know. You know, we'll see what happens, but definitely on this new EP, we'll probably make a video out of it.
Cool. Because yeah, if you got any stuff, I'll definitely push it out there for you. I had a band on last year from the UK called Tax the Heat.
Oh yeah, man, they're wicked. They rock.
Yeah, man, they're so good. And I thought, you know, I'm like, man, these guys are gonna break through in the US. I'm still waiting for it. I don't know. I mean,
oh, they should do it, man. I mean, they're being played over here on Planet Rock quite a lot, you know.
Right.
Which is a big radio station over here.
Yeah, and if they get, you know, get the right support behind them. I mean, I could, before I even talk to them, you know, I listened to a few of their tracks, and I'm like, man, these guys would go perfect on the road with the Foo Fighters. And then when they called in, he was like, man, I would love to go on the road with the Foo Fighters. I was like, dude, that's exactly where I imagined you to be. But
yeah, man.
I figured you knew those guys. You know, you knew of those guys. Are you friendly with them, or?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think we met a few times just in passing at festivals and stuff like that, you know. But I don't think we've probably sat down, you know, like, you know, and never met them properly, if you know what I mean.
Right.
They're a great band, man. Really good band.
Because I think that the guy who actually got me in touch with you, because originally he wanted Ulai on the show, and we just couldn't get it to work out. And he was like, well, I also have his guitar player who's putting out solo stuff, but I think that's who brought both of you guys to me. I get random stuff, so. Yeah.
That'd be Andy. Yeah, Andy's a great guy, man.
Yeah, Andy, correct. Yep. I get so many emails, it's hard for me to remember everybody, and I'm like, hey, you know, I had Tax the Heat on, and he's like, "Oh, they never